Hello there, PrOfSeS here, and today we are going to do the new video on weekly dungeon item combinations. So if you have any questions or problems, be sure to go to magic-rampage.fandom.com. There you can find everything you need, all the details about finding the items and all the details about the items. So if you're unsure if you want to actually get that item that I'm using in the video, you can just visit that website, and for further questions just ask me down in the comments. Let's get started. So today we're gonna use 5 items from the weekly dungeons golden chests, which are Fire Moonkeeper set, Hero set plus, Bone Axe, All-Seeing Axe and Bun Ring. And we are going to start with the All-Seeing Axe and Bone Axe. So as you can see on the screen, I am using Warden of Demons, Whisper of Fire and All-Seeing Axe, obviously. I'm having around 550 armor and 10k damage. And yeah, the build is all in all pretty solid. I like it. It's not because I'm having high armor. In truth, I really don't care about armor because everything about the top 1% of the players is getting the star, and you don't really care about the armor, only about the damage. And the same goes for the PvE, where you need to get the star to get more gold or to get a percentage of the completed game. So yeah, it's not about the armor, it's about the damage and the ability to pierce through the light barriers and to destroy bubble shields twice as fast. However, you cannot jump on the green platforms, which is the small downside to all of this. And yeah, this build is good with Warrior, Elite Warrior, Ranger, Warlock and Mage. Mage is also it's okay, but his special ability won't be that good with darkness element. However, the rest of the classes will be pretty strong. As for the alternatives, I'm using Wind Witch dress, I'm using Tunic of the Relentless, Iron Maiden, Gaian armor and Desert Rogue suit. As for the rings, we have Steel Ball ring, Spellmaster's ring, Dragon Fang ring, Creepy Crawler, Dragon Orb ring, All-Seeing ring, and as for the axe, we obviously have Bone Axe. It's just like weaker All-Seeing Axe, which is why I use it as alternative. So you don't really need to use Bone Axe. If you have All-Seeing Axe, just sell it because it's just worse version of the All-Seeing Axe. And now let's start with the second build, which is the build with Fire Moonkeeper set and Bun Ring. This is where I combine those two weekly dungeon items to get one really strong build. So as you can see, I'm having more than 200 armor, I'm having more than 17k damage, I am resistant to fire. I am not able to pierce through the light barriers, and I'm not able to destroy bubble shields as fast as a darkness element, and I'm not able to jump on the green platforms. I'm not sure if I'm repeating this or what. Okay, never mind about that. So the build itself, it's like a glass cannon. It has really a lot of damage. However, you're not able to pierce the barriers, which is kind of annoying, so keep that in mind while playing the multiplayer mode. In single player mode, I think this is a totally fine build. You can use it like to beat the last boss or whatever. Especially if you're using Mage or Hard Mage, it's really strong. As for the Warlock, you will get double the damage. And yeah, it's also a nice build with Warlock, why not? As for the alternatives, I'm using for the rings, I'm using a Whisper of Fire, Volcano ring, Spectator and Creepy Crawler. And as for the staff, I'm using either Dragon Skull staff or just Dragon Skull staff plus. I recommend that you use Dragon Skull staff plus because it is able to actually pierce the barriers, which can be really good in some situation in PvP mode. So yeah, that's everything I have to say about this build. Let's continue to the next one, which is almost the same build, but I'm using Spear. So it's a Fire Moonkeeper suit or set, but I'm using Spear, which is like something really rare to find on my channel. I'm not using Spears at all because they suck, but this build is actually okay. You can use it actually in PvE, but in PvP I'm not really sure what to think about PvP and Spears as a combination. So yeah, I'm using Spectator as a ring and Fire Pierce, the Spear, as the weapon. This build is especially good with Warlock because you get the double damage. You can also use it with Ranger and Druid. However, if you use it for Druid, I'm not really sure how your special ability will be. It's gonna suck ass if you use it for Druid, because Druid's special ability gets more damage, and your spider gets more HP and damage based on the element, and the elements are water and earth, and we are using full fire set here, which is not really good. So yeah, this build, it has fire resistance, you can pierce to the barriers, you have pretty good damage, and yeah, you cannot pierce the bubble shields as fast as other darkness weapons, and you can't jump on grid platforms. As for the alternatives, we only have two alternatives for the ring, and that's Dragon Orb Ring and Blue Ring. As for the next builds, I'll be using Bun Ring. So as you can see in this build, we have 180 armor and we have more than 4k damage with really fast attack speed. We have fire resistance, which is normal, it's good, it's okay. We can destroy the bubble shields twice as fast. We can penetrate through the barriers and enemies at the same time. And yeah, the only downside is that we cannot step on the green platforms, but nobody cares about that, obviously. And as for the class, we should use Thief, Rogue and Witch Doctor. However, I think that you should not generally use this for Witch Doctor, because you can find builds with higher damage, which can influence your skeletons even better than just having 4k. So yeah, just stick with Rogue and Thief in my opinion, just do that, okay? As for the alternatives, we have Swamp Witch Dress as the armor, we have Fire Moonkeeper set, we have Arcane Mage suit and Dark Lord suit. And as for the ring, if you want to use ring, then you need to use Fire Moonkeeper instead, because Fire Moonkeeper suit is the armor we are using today. So if you wanna change the ring, then you need to use Fire Moonkeeper set. And the alternative is Creepy Crawler, Volcano Ring, Witch Doctor's Ring, a Blue Ring and Kate. And as for the dagger, we have Irfrit's Dagger and Dark Dagger Plus, which is not the best dagger anymore. So yeah, rest in peace Dark Dagger Plus. Now we have Cthulhu's Dagger, which is which has higher damage and can penetrate through the barriers and enemies. You can also use Dark Dagger if you don't have Dark Dagger Plus. So Dark Dagger is really easy to get, just follow the infos on the fandom, or you can ask me down in the comments. So yeah, let's continue on to the final build where I'm using Hero Set Plus. So this is full air build, and I'm using Hero Set Plus. I'm using Spectator with air, not air resistance, with air, what's that called? Element. And I'm using Cthulhu Sword, which is really good sword. It's also new. Yeah, with this sword you can pierce through the barriers and the enemies. You cannot destroy bubble barriers twice as fast. You are with this build you will be really fast, however. And you have spike and fire resistance. Oh my god, I can't talk anymore. Yes, you get around 270 armor and 8.5 thousand damage, which is quite cool, especially if you activate the special ranger ability. Then you'll get really like 15k damage or something like that. I'm not sure because I didn't test it. I didn't test the special ability of the ranger. However, you can do that. And yeah, this build is good for ranger, for warlock, for warrior, and elite warrior. And as for the alternatives, you can use Dragon Fang Ring, Volcano Ring, or a Whisper of Fire. And as for the sword, you can use Glass Blade, you can use Air Striker, or you can use Air Piercer. All the swords are pretty good. This sword has the highest damage for this build. I did not use Sword of Thousand Lives because it is fire, and I didn't want to use it because hero set is air, so I tried to combine more air elements. So yeah, that was all, guys. Thank you for watching, and as always, be sure to visit magic-rampage.fandom.com to find all the details about how to get these items, or you can just ask me down in the comments and I will answer to you as fast as I can. Thank you again for watching, and I'll make more of this in the future. Take care and bye bye.